No, we fuck a break, man. We go to the next segment, man. I know this show is going long, man, but this shit, that's it, man. Fuck Trump. Why did I even start off with Trump? What the fuck was I thinking? We're gonna talk about relationships, man. I mean, that's the next thing I'm gonna talk about. We're gonna make this shit real quick, man. I mean, I think this is something that needs to be talked about. Now, come on closer. Say, let's get this camera moved real quick. Now, come right here. Yeah, come right here. Let's get this shit going. So move this camera for me real quick. Let's get me and this nigga in the same view. Okay, so this is what we're gonna talk about relationships real quick, man. I hope y'all stay tuned, man, because this relationship shit is something I really need to talk about, man.
I've been having my shorts and shit.
Nigga, I've been having issues. Fuck your shorts. I've been having issues with females my whole life, and I'm starting to think it's me, man. But this is a topic that came up by, if you go to my Facebook, type in C dot. I love her to death. She is fucking vocal, but she kind of she knows where it's at. You know what I mean? And she made a comment, and it kind of struck a chord with me, and it was simple. What? So like, men ain't shit. What was it? Men are trash.
Men are trash. Yeah.
Men are fucking trash. So I actually have somebody that I'm gonna call right now, and see what they feel about that. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, what do y'all think? Are men trash? I mean, I guess men have been hurting women for quite some time, but I mean, at some point, is it really men? Is it all on men trouble? What is it? Wade Mack, goddamn, Wade Mack.
I mean, I love myself, so I can only speak for myself and the people that I know, and I only associate with real men per se. So I'm gonna have to disagree, but I do understand there's two sides to a coin. So you got good and bad. So of course there's fuck niggas out there. There's niggas. Red niggas out there too. You know what I mean? So you can't put us all in a box, just like we can't all call you hoes.
So niggas bitches. I mean, you know, they
whatever,
also say, yeah, niggas is bitches nowadays.
Whatever profanity you want to use to describe somebody who is subpar.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean?
I hate that fucking saying. It is what it is. I hate that shit. It's like saying blue is blue.
Yeah, I never say that shit.
I hate that shit. But hold on. So we got Jamie. We calling her right now. You hear this shit ringing? You hear it?
I hear it ringing.
You hear it ringing? We gonna call Jamie. So Jamie, I went to high school. I think I went to high school. I don't think I went to high school. Oh shit, Jamie, is this you?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so I went to high school with Jamie, and this is Jamie. What's going on, Jamie? How you doing? How's your evening?
My evening's going alright so far.
Man, this is so crazy. So we had a super dope segment. We had a kind of like okay Trump segment. I was kind of like, you know, and then we had a super dope, you know, rap segment with my nigga Flu. You need to check it out. And now we got you. So I need you to make this segment as fire as the last one. But so we have.
Don't put pressure on her.
I'm putting so much pressure.
I know, right?
We want this to be natural as possible.
Fuck
hey, man, we did go to high school together, but I think the last time I talked to you, I couldn't have been more than maybe a sophomore. So.
so you went to Madison High School. So like I started every segment with the individual I speak with. How did I meet you? Any memories? I mean, cause I don't know. I think you're a grade ahead of me, right? Or no?
No, I was like 2 grades below you.
When did you graduate?
2001.
Okay, so I graduated 2000. So you.
Okay. So then it was 1 below.
Yeah, I was a little young buck. So okay, so we went to the same high school. I was a nerd in high school. We already talked about that. We got that. But
you were a jock in high school.
No, let's not talk about it, man. It was old school. But so check this out. So the topic that C-Dot brought up was men are trash, and as she said that, she probably had maybe 200 comments on that, and it kind of resonated with me. And then I remember you commented on it. You made a comment about it, and you had your own personal feelings on men being trash. Now I'm not gonna say whether you think men are trash or men are not trash. I personally believe. Well, fuck it. Let's hear what you got to say. Talk. What you got to say about it?
So, at least in the San Antonio, or maybe it's just the South Central area, the men here are trash. They're definitely trash. It's a fact.
Damn, she didn't even.
And that's truth in my personal experience.
So why would you say that though? Like that's kind of like a bold statement, I think.
So. Do we need to define what trash are? Or do we need to start with defining what men are?
I asked you a question. You answer however you so what is trash? Let us know what you feel trash is.
So to me, trash for a human being is somebody that you can't depend on. Every time they say anything to you, it's a lie. You can't trust them as far as you could throw them. And I don't care how strong you are, how far you can throw them, no matter how far it is, that's too much trust to give them.
Shit. Okay.
They've proven it with their actions.
Okay.
So if you tell me, I'm going to call you before I go to bed tonight,
Mm-hmm.
even if you shoot me a text message, I'm going to consider that as, yes, you touch base with me.
All right.
But if I call you when you send me that text and then you ignore me for the rest of the evening, at that point, there's something going on. You just texted me. Why can't you pick up the phone and say, hey, what's up? And give me 5 minutes of your time? Because let's be real. Text messaging is not real communication. It's just a shooting a quick message here and there.
So your basis of trash is on communication, so to speak, which is big in relationships. I get it. I understand.
Yeah. And that's a big part of it. But if you are also out and outright lying to me, where are you at? I'm at home. Really? Because so-and-so just sent me a picture of you, and then you turn around and send the picture of them to them.
Who hurt you?
There were several.
that's the question. Who hurt you? Who did it?
No, seriously.
No, I'm serious.
There were several.
Okay.
There really was several.
Now, one thing that I've noticed. Now, I did a college program that took me to Orlando, Florida, for a good 8-9 months. And one thing I've noticed about people, and this is my thing. I don't think men are trash. I think people suck. I think people all around are trash. So my whole emotional feeling about it is that it's not a man or a woman thing. I think it is centrally a person thing, men and women. I think women are full of shit too.
Don't get me wrong. There are some women that are full of shit.
Okay.
But in my experience, if we're going to draw numbers, men are in the 99th percentile.
And I guess, what do you think, Trevor? Would you agree to what you say about? I don't know. Right? Well,
I mean, but I'm more interested in the preface. What happened? What caused you
to feel that way?
What caused you to publish that post? That's what I would like to know.
Listen, hold on. She didn't publish the post. She agreed adamantly. She was like, "Fucking, oh yeah, men are trash. They ain't shit." You know what I mean? So she didn't disagree at all. But
I agreed on the post.
Like heavily.
Okay, I got you. So,
and the reason why I agreed is because 99% of the men that I talk to lie to me, no matter what it's about.
So real quick. So at what point, if 99% of the men you talk to, at what point are you going to put that on yourself, on the men that you choose?
Well, it's not even, when I say 99% of the men that I talk to, I'm not even talking in a romantic and one-on-one way. Okay. I'm talking in a very platonic business setting situation.
Okay.
Just at the grocery store.
Just a normal conversation.
Just 99% of the men that are talking to me, whatever they're saying is bullshit.
Okay.
And I usually count it down if they approach me.
I thought you opened.
Like, it's going to take... He's going to give me a compliment. I'm going to say thank you. Then he's going to try to figure out a way to continue the conversation. I'm going to respond in a friendly manner. He's going to take that as an invitation. And then shortly thereafter, usually within a minute or two, that's when they're trying to get a date, get a number, whatever.
Okay, so listen. So check this out. So one thing that I noticed when I was in the college program on the East Coast. Well, I was in Orlando, so South, East Coast, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there was a lot of people from the New England states, you know, the 13 colonies, and a lot of people from New York, of course. Just a lot of people from the East Coast. A lot of people from the South fucking lie a lot. Like men and women, like they'll be the first ones to be like, "Oh, I don't have a girlfriend," and they got a girlfriend. Oh, I'm not fucking nobody else, and they fucking somebody else. I was dating somebody from Boston, and I cared about her. She was a really cool female. Anyway. But the conversation was, I was talking to her, and I was like, "Hey, so who are you talking to? Who are you dating?" She said, "Oh, well, I'm dating other people. I'm actually dating a guy that you know. His name is such and such." And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why would you tell me that?" And and it kind of caught me off guard. But I will say that she was very honest about it. And I couldn't do nothing but, am I going to jump in this situation or am I going to jump out? And that is
Right.
and that is a situation that I got a lot from people on the East Coast that I met that are from New York's and Boston's and Virginia's. They're very honest about the situation to the point that I kind of, know what I'm getting myself into, or it's like, what the fuck. But as far as down here, you meet somebody. My biggest thing when I tell people, like, when you meet somebody, nobody you meet is just single. Like, everybody you meet is, in a sense, dealing with somebody in some capacity. And when you meet somebody, it's like, oh no, I'm not dealing with nobody. I'm completely single. It's like, man, bullshit. You pitch your dick, or some niggas, has been inside your pussy at some point within the last month. So let's be honest about it. You know what I mean? And let me.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
Because if you're considering just because I got laid in the last 30 days that I'm like messing or seeing somebody, does that mean if you've messed around with somebody and your dick was in somebody's pussy that you too are then in some sort of relationship with that individual if it's been the last 30 days?
What you think, Trill?
Of course.
I mean, you're like fucking somebody. I mean, you may not call it a relationship, but that is important because, I mean, if you're dating or if you're, trying to interact with somebody else, wouldn't that be kind of important to let someone else know, like, yeah, I fuck with you, but I'm also fucking with somebody else, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well, yes.
Especially if you're sexually active with the two, you most certainly got to let them know. Because,
yeah.
So.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I was just making sure that what was good for the goose was good for the gander. Because most guys will be like, well, it's a little different for me.
Yeah.
The fuck it ain't.
Yeah, I mean, and at some point, I mean, I guess you got to be honest. So, as we talk about that, I understand you feel men are trash, and I personally feel that men are not trash. I feel that everybody is trash, and maybe it's a geographical type conversation, but I feel that for the most part, like I think everybody's trash. I think y'all females are full of shit too.
Well. San Antonio Express recently had an article that was put out. I don't know if you ever got a chance to read it, but it talks specifically. I do. I wouldn't be mentioning it.
Who does that?
They had an article specifically that was in relation to the dating pool of men. And San Antonio is like the third worst city to date men in.
I agree.
The number one worst city to date men in is Austin. So it's like no matter what you do or what you try to do, if you live here, you're fucked.
Austin got a lot of bitches, so I totally agree. Well, Austin would be a horrible
I heard something like that. There was like a stat based on Ashley Madison subscribers, and San Antonio was like the least likely place you should find a man because like their stat was super high on Ashley Madison that they're cheating on their wives or significant others pretty much.
So if they're
San Antonio was at the highest.
So if they're cheating on their wives, then they're going to treat you the best.
So the last dude that I was talking to, his name was Brad.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Shout out, Brad.
Did you get what's good,
I
Brad?
did. I'm gonna throw Brad out there because Brad's a jackass for what he did.
Does he have a last name?
Oh,
I don't know what his last name is.
How do you not know his last name? You was dating him.
Don't do
that. Well,
that.
I wasn't dating him.
She's taking the high road here.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
Don't
Brad.
do all that.
So we've gone out a couple of times,
okay,
and we had messed around a couple of times, but it was like the fourth or the fifth time that we had messed around. That was like
hold on, real quick. Define mess around. Can I define that? Can I ask questions? First, second, third base, and home run is different for everybody. Define mess around. Let's talk. We being
home
honest.
Run.
Home run. So he stuck it in there, and that was it. Home run. Got it.
Home run.
Home run.
And it was the third or fourth time that we had messed around, and
Home run.
he had hit a home run.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting in the bed, post coitus glow.
Wow.
So he did his job.
Nice play on
words. And
Good job, Brad.
That was the part that sucked the most, I think. And he turns to me and he's like, "Babe," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, I got something to tell you.
Oh,
and I was like, "Okay." He was like, "I don't know why, but something makes me think that you think that I'm single."
Ooh.
You a lie. You a liar.
I'm not.
You a liar.
No, I'm not. Those are his fucking words.
That did not happen.
That did fucking happen. You want to know? It happened like that, and I could call 3 bitches right the fuck now who could confirm that shit because I complained about the way that shit went down.
So what happened?
He was like,
after
and
that?
I was like, what do you mean I think you're single? Of course I think you're single. I met you on a single person's dating website.
Okay. Okay, so what happened
And
after that?
he goes, well, no, I'm married. And I said, excuse me?
Yo.
After the 4th time, you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you have some really like serious like he couldn't like
I don't give a shit.
or maybe he was just a dick. But I kind of I don't know.
Yes.
That's so what'd you do after that? Like, I've never been in a situation like that. I mean so what'd you do?
We sat there and we talked for probably about 20 minutes because
So you're very
I
understanding.
wasn't sure, like, well, yeah, I wanted to understand what was going on because I was like, well, hold up. What do you mean you're married? Number one.
Okay.
Number 2, does your wife know that you're fucking other women?
Did you stay the night? Did you stay the night?
No, he didn't stay the night because his wife thought he was at work.
Did you ever stay the night? Well, he was working.
No.
Technically
No.
he was working, right? No.
Never stayed the night.
Never stayed the night. Okay. Damn.
But it wasn't always at night.
Oh.
He got to get you in when he's free and his time off from work and the wife.
So we would usually go, like right when you first get off work, you go to happy hour to a bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we would do. We would go to happy hour to a bar.
I don't know if you could blame Brad on that. I think Brad is. I don't know if you could blame. Okay, I rephrase that. I don't know if you could blame.
Well, I made him
all
leave.
men. I don't know. No, and that's what you should have done. That's excellent. But I don't think you should blame all men for Brad. And I'm not saying maybe it's more.
I'm not blaming all men for Brad. There are other men out there.
Like Brad is trash.
They didn't lie to me about being married. They just lied to me about fucking other women while we were supposed to be in a monogamous relationship together.
Well, most married men don't tell the girl they're fucking that they're married. You understand that, right? It's kind of like part of the territory.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean,
it was very weird.
I've had situations with females where I've had sex with a married woman, literally, constantly, day after day, and I would leave before the husband came home. Like there were situations where so I mean, women ain't no different. I think it's just people though. That's the thing, and I understand you don't deal with women in that capacity, and I'm pretty sure Wade Mack can have several stories about the same thing that I'm speaking on right now. But I mean, I think it's more of an individual, like people in general, not just a man or a woman thing. I think people lie. Everybody lies, and this is something that I've learned from the TV show House, believe it or not. No, seriously, everybody.
I know, and you're right. To some degree,
lies.
Everybody does lie.
Like
you know what I mean? But not everybody. Well, maybe everybody just shouldn't be lying to that capacity in that manner.
Okay.
I don't. I'm a very honest and upfront person. Always have been.
So with that being said, on another segue, before you go to, is chivalry dead? How do you feel about chivalry when it comes to men being men, so to speak? Is chivalry dead? How do you feel about that? I mean, so hold on, give me a break. Wade Mack, Wade, talk to me. What do you feel about chivalry, like men? Is chivalry dead? Hold on.
It's weird. It's really weird because some guys will be very chivalrous. They'll definitely, do all the right things. They'll get the door. They'll do the little things that you don't expect them to do.
What does that mean?
They'll, I don't know, little things. They'll walk on the outside of the sidewalk on a road.
I don't want to get hit.
You know what I mean? But even the chivalrous guys, those guys who present those really good manners that you would think would be that type of person, really it's a fraud and it's a facade. You can't be a chivalrous individual if you're full of shit. And the problem is that most men are full of shit. So even the chivalry that they're giving me, it's bullshit. It's just so they can get laid.
So, and to be completely honest with you, I totally agree with you on that. When it comes to chivalry, it's something that men do, so to speak, because that's like the thing to do. That's what you're told. If you do this, like the reason why I walk on the inside of the street is not because I want to. It's because it's like the nice thing to do. I mean, I personally feel that if I walk on the outside of the street, not the inside, I can see any obstacles that come to us, and I can save you and pull you in harm, out of harm's way. So I feel like me being on the outside, to where you're in my view, as well as the car on the opposite side of you, I feel like that's a better position for me. But I walk on the inside still because it's like the right thing to do. But if something happened, we're both fucked. But
right.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, we're both fucked. But so
But
I mean,
it's like little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really am a very independent individual, so I'm used to getting the door for myself.
Okay.
So it shocks me, like it catches me off guard when somebody does that, because it means you had to put forth effort, because I didn't slow down at the door. I wasn't waiting for you to go through it. You see what I'm saying?
Define door. Like door isn't like you're going into a Walmart or whatever, or are you talking about like a door like your car door?
Both actually.
I will never open your fucking car door for you. You can kiss my ass, lick my balls. I don't give a fuck. You could wrap your tongue around my anus hole. Like I will never ever in life open your car door for you. Like that is the
Why?
most. I'm not walking around. Open your your own fucking car door, and like I'll open up a door to a restaurant. We can go to Kamagacho's. What is that? That Brazilian steakhouse.
Kamagacho's.
We can open the door. We can go to fucking Valero, and I'm going to open the door and let you walk in. And the 3 ladies and 2 men and that little baby girl who's 8 years old, I'll open the door for 10 and 15 seconds so everybody can go through. But I'm not walking to your fucking car door and opening that bitch. I'm gonna hit the button's gonna beep, beep, and once that bitch goes beep, beep, get in the car and I'm driving off. You got 15 seconds before I hit the motherfucking push the start and I'm driving off. Get in the fucking car. I mean, what do you think about that? Trevor, Wade Mack. I'm sorry, I keep on calling you Trevor. I know you something. Wade, what do you think about chivalry, man? Like with men and chivalry, how you feel about that?
I mean, it's definitely not a thing that's dead.
Are you chivalrous?
And it's still, and the intentions behind chivalry are still the same as they were back in the day when people say it was more prevalent. You know, you're chivalrous because you want to impress someone or you want to take care of someone, and when you want to impress someone and when you want to take care of someone, you want to do certain things to that person. You know, so it's still the same intentions. It doesn't matter if it was back in 1920. Chivalry is still alive and kicking in 2018.
But do you think it has the same intentions?
Absolutely,
where it's like they're doing it because that's where their heart is at, or you think they're doing it for the intentions?
I don't think you
I
can
think
say that.
both. I think both. I mean, because you can be chivalrous to your mother.
Of course.
You can be chivalrous to your father.
You're not trying to fuck your mom or your father.
I know, that's what I'm talking about, the love though. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Yeah, and then, you know, for your significant other that you do fuck, like you say,
okay,
you can be chivalrous to them too, you know, but
make
your
love.
intentions,
make love, have sex, make love.
Your intentions is what they are, but the chivalry actions, people still do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they still do it to a certain extent, but I think it's more like, so I've known a woman and she was very adamant about, there's this guy I went on a date with and he fucking opened the door for me. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, every time we went out to somewhere, he opened the door for me. It meant so much to me. But then I'm like, man, what if he was raised like that? What if he knows nothing other than going to the passenger side door and opening it for you? Mm-hmm. Like, he's not doing that because he thinks you're special. He's doing that because he knows nothing different than doing that. So while you're over here thinking like he's just this greatest guy in the world and he's the guy you need to look forward to, and you think this is the guy that is the end all guy of all guys, and he's really just doing that shit because, like, nigga, that's all I do. And you're over here
really?
Like, oh, I'm throwing the
So you
pussy.
think he's opened the door for his homies too?
No, but it's for a female. Like, it could be his sister. It could
Go
be
ahead, my nigga. I got you.
It could be, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, say nigga.
If he's opened the door for her, he might maybe be opening the door for his mama. He for sure as shit ain't opened the door for his sister.
But I'm saying he probably opened the door for his sister. He opens the door for any girl that has ever been in his car. But anyway, so she kind of looked at that, him opening the door, as like a really serious, like, oh, this guy is like the guy of all guys because he opened the door for her. And then I'm like, man, what if he opens the door for every female that gets into his car, whether it's a friend or a girl he's fucking, and you're over here putting him on this pedestal, and he's like a dick, a rude dude. He'll fucking slap the shit out of you if you talk out of line, and you're thinking he's this great guy, and you fuck this guy. And what happened with this female? Like, he fucked over pretty bad, and she based his worth on him opening a fucking door. Like, the thing about the thing to me, and this is just a random thought. I could be completely wrong, but the thing to me, how do you judge a guy or a female is someone that does something out of their character. Like, if I'm a dude, I will never open the fucking car door for you. But if you ever catch me opening the car door for you every time you get in and get out of my fucking car, that means something. But if I'm someone that always opens the car door for you, and I do it for everybody else, then me doing it for you is just like a fucking
just what you do.
Like it's like breathing. It's just something I'm used to doing. So I mean, women base men and men base women on just general things, as opposed to looking at them as individual and figuring shit out. And then they get in these bullshit relationships, and now they're spending 8 and 9 years trying to make shit work that shouldn't work. But again, that's another conversation. Go ahead, say what you was about to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say that yes. You know, I know some girls that do that, but that's just not enough by itself.
Yeah.
You know, you would have to. It would have to be a multitude of things. Like, to me, if you open a door, oh, okay, he has good manners. But if you start doing other things that women would consider to be, you know, chivalrous, or how about just mindfulness, you know? If you could be mindful, you know, because I have met some very mindful individuals who we ended up being really good friends, didn't work out that way, you know.
Was his name Brad? Was he Brad?
No,
not Brad.
Fuck Brad.
Okay, my bad, Brad.
Brad can go fuck himself.
That could be a T-shirt. Fuck Brad. Fuck Brad.
I'd buy that shirt.
Wear it proudly.
But I mean, it would have to be a couple of things. Just the car door is not enough. You know, that doesn't mean to me that you are a chivalrous person. That doesn't mean that. Well, you just have good manners is what I'm going to take that as. You know, the way that you interact with like the waiter. That tells me more about who you really are. You know what I mean? Things like that. How you interact with other people. Yes.
That's a good tell.
So things like that would let me know. If I see that you see a little kid that's struggling with something and you go and you do something kind, I'm going to note that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're just kind of like laughing at every person that you see that's struggling, then, you know, I'm probably going to go to the bathroom and never come back.
No, that's good. I mean, you're ahead of the game. I personally think that's kind of how it is. I mean, people take, you know, some of the most randomest shit and make it more than what it is. And it's like, man, like this dude, like you got to look at everybody as an individual. So I mean, back to the initial, you know, are all men dicks, so to speak, or all men trash? I don't think all men are trash individually. You got the Brads, and then you know you have the fucking Mavericks and the Waves. I mean, you have the good guys, and then you know you're gonna have some, you know, individually you're gonna have some horrible females, you know, in that same token. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to judge people individually and not have this one blanket a checklist of shit you got to go down and be like, okay, well he does this, he does this, he does this, he does this. Oh, this person's perfect, and then this other guy is trash, and so you got to figure shit out. But yeah, man. I mean, your opinion, even though it's different, I mean, I understand your experiences, man, and I think it's on point. I think I'm sorry you went through that shit. I hope you don't meet another Brad, because I mean, I feel like you were awesome.
I feel like I'm awesome too.
I feel like you're very giving, and I think Brad fucking missed out. I think Brad fucked that up.
Hey man, I even asked Brad. I was like, "Are you happily married? Are you going to get a divorce? Like what you doing here?" So
you were still willing to figure this shit out even after he told you that?
I was trying to figure it out. I really was, but I didn't understand. I was trying to connect the dots.
Brad
and he was like, "Nah."
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not getting divorced.
Yeah, Brad.
I'm gonna stay with this bitch, even though I'm not happy. I'm like, okay.
So random question: is Brad Caucasian by any chance?
No, he is not.
What is Brad? Is Brad an African American?
Brad was actually Iranian.
the Iranian put that sausage on you like that to where you're like, I thought Iranian people are. I thought they're honest, man. I thought niggas just lie. That's rude that I say that, but I thought niggas lie. I didn't think Iranians would lie to you like that.
I was not expecting that one.
No, not at all. That's a good. Good. Hey, Brad. Hey, if I
Brad,
hey, Brad, I want to meet Brad. I want to hang out. Brad, if you ever see me out, Damian Chandler, Maverick. This is me. I'm gonna buy you your first shot, man. Sorry, Jamie, but Brad, fuck.
That's fucked up, man.
Hey, much love, but man, thanks for talking to us, man. And I will be contacting you. We will talk, of course, Jamie. We go back, Madison High School, man.
Yep. I remember how I met you.
Oh shit.
So I was on the newspaper staff, and you were on the football team, and I was interviewing you.
Oh shit! Did I say something stupid?
No, you were good.
Okay, I was a good kid back then in high school, man.
You were okay.
Well,
I was an athlete too, so we heard all kinds of stories.
No, well, I'm glad that you didn't hear that. I had a girlfriend in high school. I was dating LaQuanda Stewart. That was like my chick. I was pretty good to her. I was good to her. She was my first. What did I just say that? Lying?
You did.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was a high schooler. I was like fucking 16 when I was old, man. I mean, we can talk about your first time when you lost your virginity. Trevor.
Me? Oh.
Wade Mack.
Yeah, but I know better than to even.
Yeah, that was. I know that.
Nobody's going to hear that story.
I know that story, but I mean, I was old, man. But I was good in high school. I wish I had a little bit of that in me now, when I was just young and pure and innocent, and kind of looked at everybody as, pure and honest, man. But now I look at people now. I think people are full of shit. I think people are stupid. I've been exposed to the real world. But anyway, that's another conversation, man. But Jamie, listen, nice talking with you. We're gonna let you go, man. But we're gonna talk more, man. I know you have a lot of opinions, and you speak often on my social media, and that's what this is, socially irresponsible. We're gonna talk about those conversations, those big hot topics on social media, and we're gonna bring it over here and let the world know how we feel about it. And instead of writing about it, let's get some good conversation, dialogue. Let's fix these issues. Let's just vent about it, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. But you have a good night, man. And again, thanks for making us part of your night. And you have a good one, all right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Y'all have a good night too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello. So yeah, man, the relationships, the moral of the story is everybody sucks. Fuck men. It's people are trash, period.